Mr. Posey for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It was great to see that NASA has provided recently a roadmap to go on to Mars, or going back to the moon by 2024. Great step toward getting to Mars. Exciting that that finally happened. To achieve, the ambitious timeline, I think that we all agree that we need to ensure that there's, number one, sufficient funding to get that done. We had a diagram of missions to nowhere. I think we had over 24 different missions, over $20 billion up in smoke because we couldn't stay on one plan from administration to administration, Congress to new Congress. Both the administration and Congress should continually fund our critical space assets such as SLS, Orion Crew, Exploration Ground Systems, Mobile Launcher 2, and the Lunar Orbital Platform, obviously. Mr. Gersmeyer, can you, without getting too deep in the bushes, just give me a little brief summary of the benefits of an SLS green run?
Okay. So I think that the simplest advantage is it allows us to see the integrated system work as an integrated system. The engines actually pressurize the tank for the Space Launch System, and that's a very complex mathematical model of how the cryogenic propellants and things interact, and to really wait to see all that is in a full-up integrated test. You can test individual components, but you can't test it as an integrated system as well as you can for a fairly long duration test of the green run.
Okay.
I would add to that what this test essentially is a full run test of the system. We're going to take humans, Americans, and put them on top of this rocket. We want to see the system work for its full duration burn. And the best way to do that is to conduct a full duration burn before we then integrate the rocket and put people on top.
Okay. Mr. Sarangelo, in order to support the 2024 launch date, the SLS, with the exploration upper stage, NASA needs to award a contract for the second mobile launcher at Kennedy Space Center. The administrators mentioned that the contract is likely to be awarded in May, and I wonder if you can provide us with a status update on both the EUS development and the schedule, as well as when the contract will be awarded for the second mobile launcher.
I can help. We're ready. We're poised to go ahead and make the award for the mobile launcher as soon as the teams do the evaluation. So that award is on track, and it will be either this month or next month, but it's on track moving forward. And then the exploration upper stage, we slowed things down a little bit. We're running at a slower rate this year for the exploration upper stage. We went from $300 million down to $150 million expenditure this year for the exploration upper stage. That was so we could focus on exploration mission 1 on the core rocket to make sure that the teams and the equipment and effort are getting ready to go support exploration mission 1.
I would add to that, sir, that one of the aspects we want to make sure the committee understands is that work has not stopped because we've changed the date. We've continued to push forward on many elements of the program. We continue to look to award, and you'll see several awards coming off in the next quarter. So as we go forth and try to look at the plan and find ways to accelerate it safely, we are also keeping elements of the program which are not going to be affected moving forward.
Thank you very much. Madam Chair, I yield back.